What's up, guys? I'm coming to you live from Miss Tevis-Finn's desk, and today we are going to be learning about the 1990s and the rap hip-hop movement that came out of it as a result. The 1990s were a huge time for cultural reforms, especially amongst the younger generation. Ideas and topics such as abortion, gun politics, separation of church and state, privacy in terms of government and censorship, recreational drug use, homosexuality was becoming more of an accepted idea. These were all on the rise. These were all huge in this day and age. Just take a look at those images right there displaying some of the biggest topics of the time. '90s teenage culture. Some of the very popular activities of the time were skateboarding. This was huge. Basketball was absolutely huge in the 1990s, especially with the Chicago Bulls. If you don't understand the reference, basically think of the Chicago Bulls were to the 1990s as the Miami Heat were today. They had the big three players: Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, and of course Michael Jordan. They won around 6 championships throughout the course of the 90s. That's huge. Shopping malls were huge for kids. Outdoor shopping areas, lounging around, loitering, some might put it as. And also the recreational use of marijuana was on the rise. Music, popular music styles were rap hip-hop, which we'll get into in the next few slides, and grunge, also known as punk rock or garage band music. Moving on with 1990s teenage culture for hair, a lot of popular styles amongst the boys were mohawks, middle parts, unfortunately the bowl cut, mullets, and for girls shoulder length hair, perms, blonde highlights were common with both genders. Clothes were pretty universal throughout the genders. A lot of people wore jeans, parachute pants were huge, turtlenecks, plaid, chains, basketball shoes, and high tops. Moving on to a huge part of the 1990s known as the gangster rap hip-hop movement. Hip-hop was a cultural movement that attained widespread popularity in the 90s. Also, the backing music for rap, the musical style incorporating rhythmic and or rhyming speech that became the movement's most lasting and influential art form. I picked this image. This is a great image. You'll see a lot of the icons of the era, the two biggest ones right here being Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur. See back here, you'll see Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Run DMC, Puff Daddy, Ludacris, LL Cool J. And here you'll see some of the icons of the era. The first one showing Ice-T. You might know him from the show Law and Order SVU. He's an actor now, but he actually started the movement in a small, more grassroots form back in the mid to late 1980s. He's known as the father, one of the fathers of gangster rap and the hip-hop movement. You'll also notice that I've put gang affiliations down here. Gang life was huge for this industry. Ice-T was affiliated with the Crips gang, and he was a rapper. Then there is one of the bigger producers of the time. His name was Suge Knight. Two of his most famous clients were Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur. He was affiliated with the Blood Gang, and he was a music producer for Death Row Records. A lot of people find that there is a popular conspiracy theory that he is the one who ordered the hits on both Christopher Wallace, also known as Biggie Smalls, or Tupac Shakur. 50 Cent was also a huge icon of the day. He was affiliated with the Supreme Team gang. He was a rapper, and he was actually shot 9 times, and he was still alive today. Nate Dogg, he was affiliated with the Crips gang. He was a rapper. and he is now deceased due to cardiac arrest, aka a heart attack. Some more icons of the day: Biggie and Tupac. Those two usually go hand in hand when thinking about 90s rap. Believe it or not, these two actually had no gang affiliations that anyone knows of. They were engaged in a few illegal activities, but nothing major. Jay-Z, another rapper actually with no affiliation. He was a rapper, but he is also a producer today. He's quite the entrepreneur. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, those two are a very dynamic duo in the rap game. They are both affiliated with the Crips gang. And then there's Ice Cube, who is from Compton, California. He is very well known for being affiliated with the Crips and being part of his group NWA. The government strikes back. Hip hop has been met with significant problems in terms of censorship due to the explicit nature of certain genres. Many songs have been criticized for anti-establishment and sometimes violent overtones. The FCC, also known as the Federal Communications Commission, stepped in, was watching the rap industry like hawks. Police departments across the country lashed out at rappers and producers and the industry for producing some songs with lyrics that were extremely threatening towards police officers, referring to them as pigs and other violent acts towards them. Thank you for listening to my screencast, and signing off.